recent traditions at Wagner is to ask a student to introduce the convocation speaker, as this is your moment and your day. As we thought about a student to introduce David Bornstein, Jason Yoon quickly came to mind. David writes about social entrepreneurs, and Jason is a social entrepreneur. He earned a BFA in painting at RISD, the Rhode Island School of Design, and worked for 4 years as an art teacher at the Explore Charter School in Brooklyn. His desire to create a nurturing space in which to build a community of young artists led him to co-found 7 Arts, a program that helps teens express themselves through writing and art. This same desire led him to Wagner, where he has had a leadership role in the Students' Network for Arts and Culture. After graduation, Jason will work at Dream Yard, an arts education nonprofit in the Bronx. His dream of how to change the world is to grow 7 Arts from a program into an organization that can transform young people's lives through art. I'm happy to invite him to the podium to introduce our convocation speaker.
Welcome, family and friends, to my classmates. Congratulations, we made it. It's my privilege to be here today to reflect a little bit on our experience at Wagner, and also to introduce our keynote speaker. We're honored to have David Bornstein here to talk to us about the power that each one of us has as individuals to change the world. To get into that, I want to start by by sharing a quote from an artist whose life has been an inspiration to me. When the 1960s came along, I was feeling split, schizophrenic, the war, what was happening in America, the brutality of the world. What kind of man am I, sitting at home reading magazines, going into a frustrated fury about everything, and then going into my studio to adjust a red to a blue? I thought there must be some way I could do something about it. I knew a road ahead of me was laying, a very crude and choked road. I wanted to be whole between what I thought and what I felt. In 1966, Philip Guston was widely considered one of America's most important painters, but he was restless. He knew that his paintings could no longer ignore the turbulent events in the world that were going on around him. So he did something that very few artists that had had as much success as he had would consider doing. He radically changed his style of painting. He spent the last 15 years of his life exploring a chaotic world and our flawed humanity through his paintings, alienating much of his loyal audience. And in spite of the resistance that he faced, Philip Guston ultimately succeeded in showing us all that modern painting could have a really important role in helping us to make sense of the world. Philip Guston showed me that it was okay to be confused about being an artist that cared about education and young people and equality. He showed me that the solution wasn't to just block out the things that I cared about, but rather to try to integrate them, to try to find a way to be whole, like he did in the last years of his life. And it was our quest to be whole that led me to Wagner. This thing is really good. Yeah, you know, and like Philip Guston, each one of us graduating today is moved by a deep feeling of restlessness. Like Guston, each of us graduating today could no longer ignore persistent social problems, and as a result make radical changes in our lives leading to this day. Like Philip Guston, we face a really unclear road ahead of us. But while the road ahead of us may be unclear, what motivates us is not. And that's our common desire to bring about the kind of world that we all want to live in. When I was reading David Bornstein's work, I was struck by how the individuals that he writes about are characterized by their restlessness and their motivation. He writes that the most successful entrepreneurs are characterized by the quality of their motivation and their deep commitment to achieve a meaningful goal, something that I think all of us as Wagner students can identify with. His most recent book is How to Change the World, Social Entrepreneurs and the Power of New Ideas. It's a book about diverse individuals leveraging the power of their ideas to bring about social change and to tackle society's most pressing problems. These are individuals who, like Philip Guston, are innovating in response to their deep dissatisfaction with the status quo. These are individuals who, like all of us, have been moved to action by acute social problems. Mr. Bornstein describes how, with determination and innovation, even just one person can bring about positive social change. His first book, The Price of a Dream, the story of the Grameen Bank, has been honored in many different fields and received the Harry Chapin Media Award, was named one of the best business books of 1996, and was also recognized for excellence in journalism. Mr. Bornstein's writing attracts a wide audience. His articles have appeared in publications both domestically and abroad. He has a bachelor's degree from McGill University and is a graduate and has a master's of arts from NYU School of Journalism. And now, to speak to us on using our education to help us quell the deep restlessness that's driving us all, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. David Bornstein.